as always. And when he was leaving the studio, I said, come back here. Come and explain this song. He said, it's all these. Google the lyrics. So I said I will Google the lyrics. The song is actually titled Too Much Heaven. And the lyrics goes like this. Listen and be blessed. Nobody gets too much heaven no more. You see, as in 1979, nobody gets too much heaven. How much more 2024? It's much harder to come by. I'm waiting in line. Ifechukwu is waiting, not me. Nobody gets too much love anymore. So any amount of love you get, just hold on to it. Hold it tight. Manage it. All right? Live with it like that, because don't complain. If you try to change it, you may get the one that is too small. So just manage it. It's as high as a mountain and harder to climb. Oh, you and me, girl, got a lot of love in store. And it flows through you. And it flows through me. And I love you so much more than my life. I can see beyond forever. Everything we are will never die. Loving is such a beautiful thing. Oh, you make my world a summer day. Are you just a dream to fade away? If I talk now, they will say, Denise, leave Ifechukwu Moili alone. I've left him alone. After all, what's my business with his love life? For the most part of it, he will definitely be all right. My job here today is to have conversations, starting, of course, with our very first conversation, vehicle maintenance culture in Nigeria. My name is Denise Dennis Wall. How's your mind? How's your body? And how is your soul this beautiful Thursday afternoon? The weather is sunny, but you know I'm not always in a hurry to get excited about the weather, because I may just step outside 10 minutes from now and I'll see heavy downpour. But for the time being, it's a fair weather. We'll go on a commercial break. Stay tuned.
The show continues after this break on Night.
Let me start by saying that the Ember months are here. This is September, October, and then November, and before you know it, our December. And usually around this period, up until the festive season, road accidents are usually on the increase. I mean, this is according to some stats by Federal Road Safety Corps. As much as we can't speak for owners of commercial vehicles we board for our daily commute, I don't ever remember walking into a vehicle or getting on a vehicle or getting in a vehicle and I'm asking the driver, Oga, you change your oil? Oga, you don't do servicing? Oga, yeah, on a few occasions I've heard some funny sounds from the vehicle and I would ask, I bet driver, what did they make that noise? Some of them will respond politely, others will ignore, and some will be very, very rude in their response. More like you as a passenger, you don't have the right to ask when you hear a funny sound or a funny smell, smoke, some, really bad smoke that, how some vehicles you get into, the exhaust is supposed to take the air out, but at the end of the day, everybody in the vehicle will be smelling like smoke, bad smoke. So the combustion or whatever, the exhaust is not doing whatever it is supposed to do. So the air, instead of going out, is coming back into us, coming back to meet us in the vehicle. So yeah, all we pray for is safe journey to get to our destination. Some of us are very, very particular about the kind of vehicles we board. If a vehicle is not looking nice, we don't enter. Even when traveling long distance, we would select some transport companies because over the years they have a track record, nice looking buses, everything okay. And for those of us who love comfort a lot, we'll go for AC buses or AC vehicles, right? So we can't speak for these drivers. At least we can speak for ourselves if we own vehicles, whether it's a bus, a normal SUV, a saloon vehicle, a shuttle bus, right? What those ones they call keke bus, or even a tricycle, maybe a bicycle, an Okada motorcycle as well. The conversation on vehicle maintenance has become necessary, seeing that it has its benefits. If you maintain your vehicle well, you service it as and when due, you do alignment and wheel balancing, you use automatic transmission fluid, you check for your hydraulic oil or whatever it is, you check your water, your radiator, all those things that you are supposed to check, the acronym, cobwebs, every morning before you step out. You hear a funny sound, you get your mechanic to check it out. Your car will last longer for you. You do alignment, your tires will not be chopping one side, right? Your tires will serve you well. And you will benefit overall, right? And it also would help prevent road accidents, because some of these accidents are actually preventable. It may not be the fault of the driver. Sometimes when accidents occur, it may be a fault from the vehicle that you are probably managing or you have probably overlooked for a very long time. And then an accident does happen. And then unfortunately, lives are lost. Now, there was an accident somewhere in Anambra. The Federal Road Safety Corps had to say something about it. They blamed vehicle brake failure for the tragedy that occurred at the Onyago market along the Onitsha-Awka-Enugu Road in Njikoka local government area of the state on Wednesday, just yesterday, when a speeding vehicle crashed into the market. It was gathered that the accident, which occurred at about 10:10 a.m., left no fewer than 3 persons, including a 5-year-old girl, dead and others injured. Several items and wares of the traders were also damaged and split to the road. However, the FRSC officials and the State Police Command said the incident killed 1 person. Some of the eyewitnesses told correspondents that the driver of the ill-fated commercial Toyota Sienna vehicle lost control of its brakes and crashed into the market, thereby crushing some of the roadside traders. One of the eyewitnesses said the driver of the vehicle lost control, and as he was struggling, he veered and crashed into the market, thereby hitting some of the roadside traders. The incident happened this morning, just as the traders were settling down to business after observing their environmental sanitation. The vehicle was coming from the Oka end of the road before it crashed at the market. The incident caused panic and a crowded scene in the market environs, with various rescue efforts carried out to rescue trapped victims. While some of the victims were rushed to a nearby hospital before the arrival of the FRSC and the state police. Confirming the incident, the acting sector public education officer, Margaret Onabe, attributed the cause of the crash to brake failure. So bottom line is this. There's a possibility that the driver of that vehicle, whether it was a commercial vehicle or was a personal vehicle, may have experienced some signs of the brake failure. There is also another possibility that the person did not know. If that vehicle belongs to somebody, maybe it is not in his place to maintain the vehicle. However, it is in his place to inform the owner so that the owner will make funds available for maintenance. It could be as simple as buying hydraulic fluid and topping it up. That way, the brake responds. It could be changing the brake pads. Maybe they have been used for a very long time and they become worn out and they need change. It could be anything. It could have just happened. But I'm saying this because I've been doing a survey recently on vehicle parts. Just recently, I bought tire. As recent as Monday? Monday or Tuesday? As recent as Monday. Yeah. No, Tuesday. I bought a tire. 60,000. There are parts of vehicles like bolt joints. I remember as far back as maybe 2020, bolt joints, Belgium, would cost about 2K. Okay? And you're supposed to buy the 2, right? So if you haggle well, you could get it for 3,000 or 4,000. Pata, 5,000. Guess how much they sell bolt joints now? Automatic transmission fluid. Some people call it power steering oil. The 4 liters of it as at 2020, I mean, it was not that expensive. Recently, automatic transmission fluid, 4 liters, is about 15,000 naira. Engine oil, depending on the brand that you use, you could get it for 8,000, 9,000 naira before. Whether it's semi-synthetic, whether it is, what's the other one called now? Oh yeah, 20K for that 4 liter jerry can. What else did I check? Fuel pump. Just recently, I know someone who got it for 35,000 naira for a particular SUV all-wheel drive. 35K. It was not that expensive. So I could go on and on highlighting some of the prices of things. Now, the argument may be that, because these things that we use for maintenance and servicing are now expensive, sometimes we want to rugged it. I remember then when my mechanic would change my engine oil and put fresh one, somebody who drove a taxi would come and buy that one that he just removed and put it in his own vehicle. He would buy it for far cheaper. And that was how he was maintaining his vehicle. So some of them, I came to understand, did not buy fresh oil. They wait. They go to mechanic to go and run their own engine. So things have never really been easy over the years. How much more now? But how often do we maintain and service our vehicles in Nigeria in time past? Compared to now, with a hike in the cost of vehicle parts and servicing materials. Do we ever take into consideration the fact that this thing that moves us from point A to point B will need maintenance from time to time? Or are we only concerned about fueling our vehicle? Every other thing, until the day it knocks engine, it knocks. And then they tell you to change your engine, bring 700,000, bring 1 million. Meanwhile, oil of 20k would have solved the problem. Change brake pad, change brake pad, change brake pad. You say, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Until your brake fails. And maybe your handbrake that would have come to the rescue also fails. And then you encounter an accident. And God forbid, someone dies. And then you are caused to think, maybe I would have just changed these brakes like this. And all these things would not have happened. Or, you could think of the several things that could possibly cause accidents as a result of not maintaining your vehicle. The several things that could damage your vehicle. And then you have to start looking for money to put it back in shape when you would have spent far less fixing the problem. Let's talk. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030 6416. Again, 0809 030 6416. You're live on X at Nigeria Info PH and Facebook page Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. If you're unable to get through to us via the phone lines, send us a message and I would gladly read them. Turn down the volume of your radio set as we call, and also be audible so that we can hear you. Just a few seconds, please.
Different ideologies
and different perspectives.
Share your views on the sunny side.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Mira from Okrika, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Hi, Didi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. So, Didi, we Nigerians, I don't know if it's an African thing. We don't have maintenance culture, honestly. We don't. Our who do I call it? Our experts are be our technicians and all those people too are even doing their own. Look, Denise, someone just told me, a very close person. She gave the man a car, a mechanic a car. Though it's not a partner, the one that has been a car, but when she gave him the car, two of them, when they brought back the car changed automatically. Our battery head is no longer the same one. And sometimes even these mechanics, when they try to change your tires, they find it very difficult to bolt to screw the bolts to the end. You see that some of the bolts are loose. Yes, I've seen even in my own car. They've changed and tried to pump and the guy, he removed it and I don't know what he said he did. And when he put it back, one had to go round. He said he has experienced it before. And luckily for me, Denise, majority, almost 3 tires, they were not well screwed. This is cause accident. Honestly, they will just do and just sleep, and then before you know it, is at the detriment of another person's life. But in the overall, Denise, we don't really have maintenance culture. Especially our taxi and bus drivers. Their problem never ends. They will just collect and solve problem, and forget the thing that is bringing the income to them. I also blame their union because they don't even regulate, they don't check anything, everything goes. Thank you, Denise.
All right, thank you too. Thank you, Muriel. Dakuku from Akpako Eche. Welcome to the sunny side. Dakuku, are you with me? Hello, Dakuku? Okay, sorry. We lost the call with Dakuku. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. I have to say COA from 3 Sage. Greetings to the... After giving Ife Chiku Basbos, please drop our yo-yo for us. That's what we usually to calm our nerves. All right, definitely. So someone says, it's not ball joints, but my brother, whenever I go to Ikoku, because I always go with my mechanic to Ikoku, that's how I know the prices of these things. Whenever I mention it correctly to them, they laugh at me. So when I call it ball joints, I'm using the one that almost every mechanic pronounces and almost every trader at Ikoku, spare parts, car spare part, what's it called now? Car spare part dealer or car spare part shop is familiar with. It's like telling somebody that it is not the way we pronounce fake. It is pronounced fuck, and they're arguing with you. So just leave that pronunciation for me, Bikonu. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome. Are you with me? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Emma from Rumukuta.
Emma, you're welcome.
Thank you. You forgot to mention gear oil.
Gear oil. Gear oil, is it not? Yes. Gear oil now for some vehicles is 50,000 naira. Don't laugh, I'm being serious.
4 liters are 28,000.
Before, I'm telling you, for some vehicles is 50,000 naira.
Then another one was the tire you made reference on, you bought on Tuesday. I believe that tire was Tokumbo.
No, Tokumbo of that tire was between 25k to 30k. Brand new from where I used to buy. The last time I bought that particular tire was in 2021 and it was between 25,000 naira. When I called the dealer said it's now 60,000 query.
It depends on the product. If it had to be Firestone or Sapphire, it would have been 120,000.
It's okay. Thank you. It's okay. Don't be giving some people heartbreak. Because some people are thinking of buying tires as we speak. It depends on the rim. You know, if it is a 17 rim or... It depends. You know, there are many variables to decide why the tire is that expensive. Of course, a smaller tire, I'm sure, would not be that expensive. But then again, these things, you need it for the car to function well. Do you care to check? Are you like that driver who will just wake up in the morning, turn on your ignition, tell them to open the gate if you live in a gated compound and you are driving out? Or are you the kind who would open your bonnet, check for oil, check for hydraulic, check for all the things that you're supposed to check for water. At least water is the most water you can just turn on your tap and get it. Or are you the kind who will just do kiki and you step out? Are you the kind of driver who will notice something funny, a funny sound from your vehicle, and you are immediately calling the mechanic? Or are you the kind who will say, nothing the apple, make we rugged down, make we just go, come back? Because little things like this, you hear that a vehicle is overheating on the roadside. What would have caused the vehicle to overheat? Most likely, maybe your radiator is not expelling, what's it called now? Air as it's supposed to, and heat is now... Maybe you just did not put water. Maybe just one small thing. Maintenance culture. I'm asking for some things that you do not have to buy. That all you need to do is check on them to be sure that they are okay. For some things that you just have to do small top up. And your problem is solved. And there are times when, yes, these things actually need fixing. Do you park your car and try to fix it, or do you still take that car to the road? If you're a commercial driver, do you take care of that baby? Because for some men, their cars are their babies. Do you take care of that baby that is fetching you money? Or is it only fuel? I wish somebody was at Ikoku now to just call in on this show and tell us the current prices of some things, at least for some popular models, especially for commercial vehicles and all that. But before and now, how often do we maintain and service our vehicles in Nigeria in time past compared to now, with a hike in the cost of vehicle parts and servicing materials? One of the reasons why a lot of people would not like to buy a Nigerian used vehicle is because they say we don't know how to maintain our vehicles. How true that is, I don't know. Some people have actually been lucky, bought a Nigerian used vehicle, and it served them. And that was because the owner of the Nigerian used vehicle did his part or did her part. Some will say, oh, they'll rather buy from a lady that wants to sell a Nigerian used vehicle. Women, they too come out like that, you know. And women are more careful. Guys are more like this. So they'll either choose to buy brand new or direct Belgium. And who says that there are no faults with some direct Belgium vehicles? A friend of mine bought a direct Belgium and the car just got into Nigeria. Engine knock. And he had to change the engine. So yeah, no one can really tell. But why are we more trusting when it comes to importation of cars as opposed to buying a car used by a Nigerian? Except, of course, we know the person selling personally and we know how the person has been maintaining that vehicle over time. So it's a good deal. It's a good bargain. Some of the reasons why some cars are not being priced as they should, even when the seller puts it at a price, is because most of us would like to go to buy those cars with our mechanics. And by the time our mechanic checks the car and say, the work well there for this car plenty. This person, this thing don't spoil, that one don't spoil. And then we use all of those things to now say, okay, you say, how much are you selling again? But if the person put the car in order, maybe, just maybe, we'll buy at the price the person had said. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome. Hello? Nigeria Info, hello? Hello? Okay, I think something is not right. How about we try 0817 923 0009. Again, 0817 923 0009. Once again, 0817 923 0009. And then, of course, WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Hello.
Yes, I'm with you.
You're speaking with Young Tommy Coastal.
You're welcome.
Yeah. One thing I want to say about this thing. They say person will get a doctor for us. They know the value. Even if Nigerian people, they like, when they maintain the motor anyhow, they don't go see value the motor. They go see take as a normal and so Nigeria sees it. You understand? So, something I want advice now. Who they try the add value for our things. You understand? Because even if the for outside, like the way you talk, they will carry Tokumbo for outside come. Engine knock, all those kind of things. Now, still the same thing. But because they are outside where they buy them, you start that one day. They quickly rush them. As we say in Nigeria, they go with the consumer. You know, good. My outside did that.
Okay. Thank you. Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome. And that happens again. I think there's something happening to this particular number. That was why I suggested when people call this one, I hear them well. When I pick from the other line, something is up. Can you hear me? Turn off your radio set, please.
Hello?
I'm with you. Turn off your radio set.
Everything where you talk is true.
This is, hold on. This is Nigeria Info. English, please. Thank you. Oh my goodness. As are properly screwed on before leaving. We were told of a car that the tire pulled out in motion on Port Harcourt Road. Sunday, I observed the bus driver and his conductor put Sprite into the hydraulic system and it stopped disturbing. Denise, can you tell us what principle that was? Eragoba, I've not heard of that thing before. Are you being serious? I've not heard of it before. Please, if you can hear me, hello? I will stop taking calls from this particular number because there's no sound coming from that particular number. So everyone, you want to be a part of this conversation, 0817 923 0009. At least for now, I can get to hear you from that one. I can't hear from the other numbers earlier advertised. If you're just joining us, welcome to the sunny side. It is vehicle maintenance culture in Nigeria. That is the conversation. Like I said, the Ember months are here. And as much as we can't speak for owners of commercial vehicles we board for our daily commute, at least we can speak for ourselves if we own vehicles. So the conversation on vehicle maintenance is necessary as it is to our benefits and it can also prevent road accidents. I just talked about an accident that happened in Anambra, and the Federal Road Safety Corps are blaming vehicle brake failure for the tragedy. What are the odds that this person indeed knew that, okay, my brakes have a problem and I need to fix it? And then the person says, make I just go this trip, come back. Maybe for this trip, I go see money take fix them. And on going on this trip, without fixing it, that accident did happen. And it caused injuries for some market people and the death of somebody. And I am asking, how often do we maintain and service our vehicles in Nigeria? Time past, currently, with a hike in the cost of vehicle parts and servicing materials, has it been easy for anyone to service vehicles now? Or do we just rugged it and hope that, let's just put fuel first? Because even the fuel we are putting in the vehicle to run the vehicle is expensive. Whatever profit we are making from this vehicle is not enough to do the work. So what is the way forward really? Or it's just in us, whether things were cheap before or they're expensive now. Anytime we would like, we will service, or anytime we like, we'll maintain. We'll just manage for now. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, I'm good from the Better Woman.
You're welcome.
And also my own contribution over this vehicle maintenance culture in Nigeria is there are drivers that are careless in nature. And that is why I believe one philosophy that says that when you first apply carefulness, that person becomes careless. How will a driver notice fault and the person will decide not to repair it before conveying passengers to their destination? I listened to what you explained, what happened, and the incident that happened. Sometimes, and also heard you when you said that you bought a tire 60,000 naira. That is carefulness. So how will the driver decide to convey passengers when he already noticed that there is fault that has developed in that vehicle? So it's a very, very bad moment. So the drivers, for especially those ones drive them from one destination to another, conveying passengers, they should be careful. Last week, I was in a vehicle. I was noticing fault at the back. I told the driver, we are conveying people, and the human being is very, very important. So that is my contribution. Drivers should take note of this topic. Thank you.
Drivers should take note on this topic, but how easy is it for them? Really? I told you how a driver will come to a mechanic, and you see that oil that is black, that engine oil that is black, that you are changing to put in clean oil. Someone else is buying that same oil to run their own vehicle because they are buying it cheaper. How their engine did not knock over time is still a mystery to me. Nigeria Info, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Sanjay Mike.
You're welcome.
Okay. Most of us Nigerians have is we are too over familiar with that. Like we always
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
That noise we are hearing from the vehicle, it will take us to where we are going to, and by the time we'll come back to fix it. But forgetting that those noise we are hearing from the vehicle, they are ions.
Ions.
Yes. So anything can come up from it. And most of us don't have that maintenance culture. When it comes to vehicles, most of us have maintenance culture. Like seeing things happening, like failure of brakes, even sometimes this that is managing it onto it to something else.
All right. Someone says we only maintain our vehicles when we know our life is in danger. Ernest from Woji. Someone says, good afternoon, madam. I've seen drivers, especially of commercial, putting water in place of brake oil in their brake oil.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria.